Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Eve, and in this very specific pick a deck reading, I'm using only one oracle deck, the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine. We are going to look at answering your questions, whatever that question may be, whether it's about love, money, family, home, moving, any question under the sun where you are wanting a very specific answer. Now, in using these cards, and I used a lot of these cards, every single pile has at least 2 or 3 cards from this deck in that pile as added clarification. In the deck, there are 2 yes cards and there are 2 no's, and I want to clarify their meaning. There's a very strong yes and a very strong no, where when you see that no or that yes, that's pretty much a 100% green light. There is a more gentle yes and there is a more gentle no, where the possibility is very strong that the answer is yes, but it may not be 100% yes. With a no, it could be that right now everything is showing you that it looks like a no answer. However, there is flexibility with it. And I'm going to let you know, if you happen to pick that deck, which of those cards it is. Now, there are 6 decks here. I wanted to add 2 other ones where we could bring in perhaps a maybe, or maybe the Angel Answer Oracle cards giving us another yes through other card languages. When doing this, you can come back to it as often as possible. This is a timeless message. If I feel guided to within 6 months to a year from now to redo it, I will do so. So let's get started here and really sit with your question. And you may either pick it based on a number or a stone. And I want to do a disclaimer right now. Yes, I am an intuitive astrologer, numerologist. I do angel cards, tarot readings. However, your intuition and your inner guidance is first and foremost. I am only here as a guide. The ultimate answer lies within you. It is not going to come from me. So that is the disclaimer. So if you pick a deck and you feel like that just can't possibly be it, then either choose another deck or recognize that I'm not going to have the answer you seek. Okay? So thank you very much for listening to that. Now let's look at the decks. This is deck number 1 with a clear quartz. Deck number 2 with a tiger's eye, and I just picked the stones randomly, okay? Deck number 3 is a pink rhodochrosite. Deck number 4 is a red jasper. Deck number 5 is green aventurine. And deck number 6, I believe that's a bluish light purple agate. I believe, not 100% sure. It could be an iolite. Okay, so the timestamps will all be below. So for those of you that chose deck number 1, the clear quartz, let's look at the answer. You got the 100% green light yes. This is a very, very strong yes card to your question. Now let's look and see if there are any clarifying cards. And one other thing I want to say about this, what I love in this specific symbolism is the yes is a resounding one because she's carrying the world or the sun and the earth in her hands. So this comes from a place of feeling very self-confident, clear, focused, and balanced. I get a lot of inner balance and harmony with this card. And so if you were looking for a yes answer and you know that you're coming from a place where you're feeling balanced, within and you're feeling strong in self-confidence and assertive, then really know that the answer you're looking for is a yes. Let's look at the clarifications. Peaceful resolution. This can mean that the answer to your question has something to do with either a job, a work situation, perhaps you're resolving something with another person or a third party, or there's some form of mediation that is going on here in terms of maybe there's something involving a lawsuit, or maybe you work with the law. But either way, peaceful resolution is also a yes answer. It's telling you this is going to be resolved in the most positive way possible. And again, we're getting that message of balance though. So what I would like to say to clarify this yes is that when you can come from a place of everybody wins, then your answer is usually always going to be a yes in life, if you think about that, right? When you're coming from a place where you want a positive outcome for everyone involved, where you want everyone to walk away from the table feeling like they achieved something or got something for this, then you're going to feel very happy with the outcome. So this is showing me that you want to strive for a win-win situation here. And the last card we have is it's up to you. And what I get from this is ultimately that yes answer really needs to come from you. So that was the disclaimer I said in the beginning, that you have to feel that the answer is yes from your heart and deep in your intuitive body. And if for some reason the answer you're getting is you're not sure or it's a no, then this is the ultimate message you need to take away from pile number one. Okay? But also it's showing you to follow your heart here. Follow your joy. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading, by the way, because it's saying that when you follow your joy, you follow your heart and your intuition, you seek positive outcomes, you seek peaceful resolutions, you want to go into conflict from a place of wanting to resolve things, that you're always going to come out with a yes answer in one form or another. And that is a beautiful, beautiful message. Right now, in looking at this, I could not possibly get a better message than that. So for those of you that chose pile number one, congratulations, you chose a very beautiful pile. Now, for those of you that chose pile number two, or the tiger's eye, here is your message. This is the gentle no, meaning it's a more flexible or fluid no. It can also mean that at this moment it's a no, perhaps there's a timing issue involved. Okay, and we'll see what the cards behind it have to give us in terms of clarifying information. Perhaps there's a timing issue. Perhaps you don't have enough information at this time to really have a clear answer. And so it's appearing to be a no at this moment. So let's see what the clarifying messages are. Oh, interesting. If you believe. Okay, so what I'm getting with this is based on your belief system and also your inner faith and inner self-confidence. Perhaps you're getting a no right now because you don't believe that it could possibly be a yes. And yet the universe is trying to be gentle with you by letting you know that, wait a minute, the answer could be yes if you possibly believed that it could be yes. So this has to do with your belief and your inner self-confidence. The believe card also means that you are in charge of your belief system. What you believe deep inside of your heart and in your mind, whatever stories you tell yourself, you do ultimately end up, to a certain degree, creating them. We don't fully create all of our stories. Why? Because there's too many players involved outside of us within the human collective. But we are absolutely big participants in the stories that we create. Now, this is also showing you, go inward. Look to your beliefs about this situation. Get inner clarity and see if you feel it to truly be a no, or is it a flexible no? Let's look at the other cards I'm getting. Interesting. I thought it might be a timing issue, and that would be correct. So for some of you, then, the answer could possibly be a direct no. For others, it's asking you to look at what you believe to give you some guidance. And for the third portion of you, it's simply that it's not the right time for this. And that in the future, this no will probably become a yes. But it's a potentiality only, because when we're working with something in the future, it cannot be a strong yes or no. It can only be a potentiality. And I picked one more card here. And I got a year from now. What that card means is within this year or soon after. So whatever year you're in when you are doing this, pick a deck. This is telling you that there's a matter of timing going on here, and that there is a potentiality for this no to become a yes. And I'm just going to turn it around in a time frame of within this year or soon after that. Okay, thank you very much for joining me here. For those of you that chose pile number 3, or the beautiful pink rhodochrosite, beautiful stone, let's see what your answer is. Oh, we get the gentle yes. I love that card though. It's not the strongest yes of the deck, but this yes holds within it a very beautiful potentiality, a strong possibility, because between her hands we have the dove of peace flying above her head, which means that maybe the yes will become stronger once there's more information around the situation or some time. I'm getting a timing issue and also an information issue, okay? But it could also be that the yes is because you're at the very beginning of something. And when we are at the beginning of something, there's a potentiality for it or a possibility for it, but we have to move further in to see what is actually in front of us. But I love this card. It's a card of enthusiasm, and without a doubt, it is a card of optimism. So it's asking you to truly stay optimistic about this. So let's see what the clarifying cards are. Oh, interesting. Get more information. Okay, so what I'm being guided to tell you is that maybe there isn't enough information yet. And so right now, as it looks to you, you're going forward with it. The answer is yes. And perhaps you will either change your mind as you get more information, or the gathering of the information and the research that you're doing and the studying, because for some of you, this could be involved going to classes, going to college, going to school, reading a book, talking to someone. You're gathering information. You're becoming more informed. And becoming more informed is always a very intelligent thing to do, because from that place of being informed, you can make clearer decisions here. And that yes can then become a truly strong yes for you here. Okay, so let's look at the very last card. Guess what? Don't stop. That means you're on the right pathway. Okay, so the answer here is actually a yes. You do have further to go on this, though. Right now, there's a lot of potentiality here. There's a lot of beautiful possibilities here. You're on the right pathway. Don't stop. Keep moving forward. Take action. This is a time that you need to be taking action, okay? And again, with getting more information, that implies that you have to do something. And the 2 cards of action are about getting informed and communication, and about taking physical action, doing something about it. So it's not only communicating, it's also about taking literal action here. Okay, I hope that helped clarify your question. And if along the way, somewhere you go on this journey and you realize that you no longer want to be on it, you feel complete with it, just know that the yes was there guiding you on a pathway that you were meant to go down, because there was a very significant learning. It may not have ended up being the outcome that you expected, but you learned something, and it was absolutely meant to be for your personal growth. That's the last message I wanted to leave you with. Thank you so very much. Now, for those of you that chose card pile deck number 4, or the red jasper, this is your message. These are your answers. Wow. Okay. This is the unequivocal no. This is actually not the right thing for you. Whether it's a person, a situation, a business, whatever your question was, this is pretty much the very big, strong no in the deck. And the reason for this no is that you are being safeguarded here. With this specific no, they're trying to tell you that your guides and guardians, your higher self, your soul monad group, they are protecting you from something. That if you were to go further along this pathway, you could maybe experience personal harm or personal loss. And they really are trying to tell you not to go down this pathway. Okay? Again, though, please follow your own inner guidance. I am only the messenger. Your inner guidance trumps mine always. Let's see if we can get some clarifying messages for you. No. Within the next few weeks, you're going to find out why the message is no. Now, another thing I wanted to say about the no messages, because I've worked with this deck for quite a long time, I will find oftentimes that the no messages are responses specifically to right now. That the no is, no, this is not good for you right now. That maybe there's going to be a further development that comes in that will change that no to a light yes, a gentle yes or maybe. And so for some of you, when you get this message, you're feeling like, gosh, it doesn't feel like a strong no to me, then I invite you to really sit with it and see what happens over the next few weeks. Few weeks can be anywhere from 2 to 3 to 6 or 8 weeks out, and see what happens here. And that will give you a message on whether that really is an absolute no, or whether that is going to be something that changes because of other external events that are coming into being. Now, I pulled a third card here, and the card I got was recovery. Now, this is an interesting message. Gosh, I'm getting a lot of different hits on this. So please bear with me. There's going to be messages for different people or groups of people. Recovery could be that you're in recovery right now, that you're not actually ready for what you're asking about, that you are needing to take care of yourself right now. Either you're going through a health crisis, or you just did, whether it's a surgery or an illness, or there's a family crisis or a health issue in the family, and you need to take the time to feed and nurture yourself right now. Okay? That your life is waiting for you, and there's no need. With the recovery card, I don't want you to feel like you have to push yourself before you're ready. And it makes sense now that it's a no answer, because it means a no, you're not ready to do this right now. And maybe what you're asking about is not ready to receive you right now either. It could be on both ends here. But I'm getting for sure that something about your situation needs to be in recovery right now. And perhaps you're recovering something. Maybe you went through a financial loss or a bankruptcy, and you need to pick yourself up and you need to figure out what your next pathway is, okay? And you need time to do that. The recovery card always gives the message that take care of yourself first here and give yourself however much time you need to be ready, because the universe doesn't take your mission away from you. Your mission waits for you to be ready for it. That's how this works. And for some, you'll be ready for it in 2, 3, 4 weeks from now, and perhaps for others, it's going to be 6 or 8 weeks. It remains to be seen. And then the very last message I have is literally some of you may be going through recovery from a codependency or an addiction. And so the answer is no, deal with your recovery right now. Stay in the rehab center or wherever it is that you're seeking help. What you want will come into being over the next so many weeks. There will be a pathway that will begin to show itself to you. And remember, this message here is really telling you that within the next 2 to 3 to 8 weeks, you're going to find out why that was a no message. And if it is truly an unequivocal no, or if there's a possibility for that to change and shift. Okay? Thank you so very much. I hope that gave you clarity. So for those of you that chose pile number 5, which is the beautiful green aventurine, that's such a beautiful one too. Let's see what your answer to your question is. Okay, interesting. We have unlikely. Okay, I'm going to put that up here, and I'm going to explain what this card really means for you. Unlikely can set up a couple different scenarios. One, it can be literal for you. It's unlikely that this is going to work out. That can be a literal message for some of you. Number 2, it's unlikely that this is going to work out. Why? Because this is really not a healthy situation. And that is the reason why it's not likely to work out. And another group of you, unlikely is telling you that whatever situation or person you are asking about, the event, the situation, the relationship you're asking about, however it's going to work out is going to happen in a way that you're not in control of. Really, unlikely means you're not in control of this situation. So the fastest thing you can do here is let go and let God. Let go, let God, let go, let Goddess. Surrender what you cannot control. I find that when we accept what is and we surrender, the energy of the universe can then work miracles in our life, and it can work quite quickly. Now, the other message it's saying here is the situation you are inquiring about is going to happen, but it's going to happen in a way that is going to take you completely by surprise. It's like the divine wrapping up a birthday present and giving it to you, and you have no idea what's in the present. So there's something coming for you that you're not going to be able to predict or control. Again, there's that word. And I'm feeling that for some of you that picked this pile, you have a tendency to want to be in control of your life, and you're very agenda-driven and detail-driven. And this is a lesson in letting go for you. And this is definitely probably the pile I would be picking, by the way, because I am speaking about myself to a certain degree, that I've had to learn to surrender a lot in my lifetime. And that in terms of relationships, the ones that were the most powerful in my life there was no way I could have predicted how they came in. It was very wild and magical. So this is a card that magic could be afoot in your life. Okay, and this is, I'm speaking to those of you where it's not that definite no, and you know this is not a healthy situation. This is for those of you where you'd like the answer to be yes, and you're trying to super control it. And I'm asking you to let go of it to allow it to unfold. And either this situation will unfold in a way that will surprise you, or something even better is going to take its place. That's the other message. Now let's look at the added cards. Okay, interesting. Be assertive. What that card means, though, is it's about taking off your masks. It's about being very transparent here, speaking your truth, standing in your power here. It could be that for you to make this happen, you've got to take off any masks that you're wearing. You've got to be able to communicate your truth, take the appropriate action, and really just stand in your power. And then maybe even then, the answer will be that no, this was not in alignment or resonance for you. But just know then that something beautiful is going to come in instead. I keep getting that message. And the last clarifier or guidance tool here is listen to your intuition. Allow your intuitive emotional body and all of your spiritual messages and your guides to help you move through this. I'm getting a lot of magical energies around this for those of you that chose this pile. Okay, that there's some kind of magic afoot here. But you've got to let go of how this happens. So for right now, it's unlikely. The answer is unlikely. Why? Because whatever's coming is going to come in a form that you don't see coming, or it is going to happen, but it's going to happen through a series of events that you did not quite create. Okay? So I hope that helped you. And again, you know, unlikely to can be you sitting in the middle, that you don't know which direction you're going in. Yes or no, yes or no. And, okay, yeah, there was one more message. I could feel it. They're telling me that if you're sitting on the fence with this, follow your intuitive guidance. Go inward. You don't have to have an answer right now. So perhaps for this specific pile, the answer is you don't get an answer today. That's your answer. There is no answer. Sit with it, listen to your intuition, meditate on it, give it time, and in the meantime, look at any masks that you might be carrying or beliefs that you're holding that are interfering with your ability to get truth here. That's the last message I'm getting. Okay, beautiful ones. I do feel magic is coming here though, so let's hold onto our seats. And for those of you that chose the last deck, deck number 6, with the lovely light purple violet agate. We're going to put that right there. Let's see what the answer to your question is. I love it. Take action. So this, in just looking at this card, I haven't looked at the cards behind it, yes. I am going to say that the answer is yes. For a couple different reasons. One, he's on a horse, and horses usually mean movement forward. Think about the chariot or the charioteer in the tarot. That is about movement. So there's definitely movement and action around you right now, and that it's a time in your life to be taking action. The other message of taking action is the shooting star, which is showing you that something very beautiful is wanting to come into your life right now. Maybe you've been dreaming about something. You've been taking action on your dreams and on setting the intentions and taking the necessary steps to manifest those dreams. And so the answer is here that your dreams are out there. They're like that beautiful shooting star. They are going to come into being. So let me place this card here. But know that that you must take action. However far away, okay. Let me go back here for a moment. If I could, what do you call it? Go back in the tape. However far along you are on your path with whatever you're asking about here today, there's further to go. So you need to continue to take action in that direction. Let's see what the other guidance is. Trust in your path. You are on the right pathway here. This is about trusting your inner guidance, your inner faith. It's about practicing meditation, prayer work, listening to the prayers, setting out prayers. But it's about going inward and listening to the answers to your prayers. But you've got to ask for it too. So I'm getting a message around meditating on it, praying about it, and really listening. This is a card of listening. But more than anything else, trust in your process. Trust your journey right now. And allow that inner trust within you to keep building. For those of you that chose this last pile, I feel very deeply that you are working on trust issues. And the answer here is to always build your inner trust first. Because you've got to be able to trust your mind, your heart, your intuition, before you can trust anything in your outer reality. When you are working deeply with your physical body giving you signals, your mind giving you signals, your emotions giving you signals, and when you're really in tune with that, everything you need is always going to come through. And you can trust that, and that trust will then allow you to see what in your outer environment is trustworthy or not. Okay? So this is about building deeper trust. And the last card I got here was please remain positive, because this journey that you're on, and I was feeling in the beginning here that you're well into this journey. You've already been putting in a lot of work, whether it's around money, your business career, creative ventures, or whether it's around your love life. You've already been putting in a lot of inner work. You've been doing a lot of outer work on it. Please remain positive. You have almost reached that shooting star. You've almost reached the completion or the goals that you're wanting to attain here. And I love this card too, because remain positive is showing you that when you cross the finish line, you have a beautiful bouquet of flowers awaiting you. There is a reward for the action that you've been taking, for the inner journey into inner greater trust and inner faith in yourself. This is about self-love, self-trust, and self-faith. There's a beautiful reward that's going to come to you from being on this journey of self-love here, and about taking action inwardly and outwardly to create what you want to create. So really the answer here for you is a yes. You are on the right pathway here. Continue to take action and to follow this inner guidance. And no matter what, remain positive, because optimism always wins the day, always. And that is unequivocal. Okay, I hope that helped give you clarity. So much love to you.